What's going on, everybody? Glen Powell, he is one of the biggest and hottest stars right now. He's going to be in the upcoming Twisters movie. He's got, Hitman coming out on Netflix in, I think, just about a week or two. And he was just in a movie with Sydney Sweeney, who is another up-and-coming star right now in Hollywood. And don't forget, he was in Top Gun Maverick just a couple years ago, which was a huge hit of a film. In a time when Hollywood and theater chains needed a huge hit, he was in that movie as well. But he is a big star, and everybody's talking about what is the next big movie that he should be in. And, with comic book movies being a big thing, and while, yes, they are on the decline, when you see a big movie star, when you see a big actor up and coming, inevitably people are going to ask, what superhero do you think he should be or she should be? And, there's a lot of people who are saying, oh, we want Glen Powell to be in the Marvel Cinematic. We want him to be Cyclops. And that's what a lot of people want him to be. But, it seems to be that he may not be that interested in some of these type of movies. Now, he's recently been saying that he's not really interested in some of the Oscar bait. However, some people are kind of twisting his words, and a little pun on the Twisters coming out, but some are twisting his words into saying that he's not interested in the comic book genre of films. And honestly, that's not really the case. As recently as of, just the other day, let's get this to fit here. I don't know why it's not fitting. Let's do this share screen. There we go. Glen Powell says he doesn't have much interest in playing a superhero, but would maybe like to play Batman. Now, this is coming from GQ magazine from the UK. He says, I was always a Batman guy. They were walking the halls of Warner Brothers, and he says he has no interest in playing a superhero, but flirts with the idea of Bruce Wayne, who, anyways, is just a man. I would have a wild take on Batman. It definitely would not be like a Matt Reeves tone. And, Matt Reeves is, a very, is he a grounded tone? Yeah, maybe a little more grounded than someone like Michael Keaton's Batman. But I wouldn't say he's not grounded. I mean, yeah, I guess he did kind of fly through the air and then hit into a bridge and then a bus and then rolled on the ground 500 times. And he was perfectly fine. But regardless, he says it would not be like the Matt Reeves tone. It'd probably be closer to Keaton. And then he goes, oh, sick, as they found Michael Keaton's Batmobile. Now, he hasn't played Batman. I guess he was in The Dark Knight Rises as he supposedly got his head smashed in by Bane. I actually have to go back and check that out. I don't remember that scene and him being in there. A lot of actors at some point in time do have the luxury of being a side character in a big movie at one point in time. But I was not aware that he was in The Dark Knight Rises. But it would be interesting. I'm curious to know what some people think about this. Obviously, James Gunn is currently building the DCU. He doesn't, or at least hasn't announced who his Batman is. A lot of people want to see Alan Ritchson as Batman. I am at odds right now. Do I think Glen Powell would be a good Batman or a good fit as Batman? I think he's young. I believe he's in his early 30s. I think he would be a good fit. He would be able to carry the character for a good 10, 15 years. But the interesting thing is that, as he says, he goes, I don't have much interest in playing a superhero. Batman isn't technically a superhero, but it's that ilk. He would still be in that ilk. He would still be having to portray and play this character for a number of years. And I think that's kind of where he was getting at with that. But maybe not. Maybe it is just that he doesn't want to play superhero. Maybe it is that he will play Batman. Could this be maybe a hint that he will be going that direction? I think he would stand toe-to-toe with Cornsweat pretty well. He could absolutely carry a movie himself. I mean, we're going to see it in Twisters coming up. Hitman's going to be a good one to see in a week or two on Netflix. Again, with Sydney Sweeney and anyone, I think, what was it? Anyone But You or whatever it was that just came out back in December, and it just released on Netflix and got another breath of life thrown into it. He's a good actor. He really is, and he's on the rise. And if James Gunn can grab him up, and if he puts on a little muscle and some weight, I mean, he's already cut, but he adds some muscle to it, he might be a good Batman. I think it could be interesting. I think it would be interesting. And if he does take it in that direction, more of a Michael Keaton direction, I think that's the right way, the right move to make when it comes to Batman and the DCU, to differentiate itself from the Afflecks, from the Robert Pattinsons, the Christian Bales. You got to differentiate it in some form or fashion. So maybe it's not such a bad idea. I don't hate it. I think this might be the right move. Maybe a Glen Powell. You get an up-and-coming star like this. This is similar to what Marvel did with Chris Evans, if you think about it in a way. Chris Evans was an up-and-coming star when they cast him as Captain America. And a lot of people, he was in the rom-coms. He did the Goofy movies prior in the rom-coms. And yeah, he did a couple of action films. And he had the chops. He had the build for Captain America to a point. But you threw that muscle on, and then boom, he became Captain America. I think Glen Powell could possibly pull this off. I think he could. I think I'm talking myself into it. But what do you think? Do you think Glen Powell can pull off being Batman? Look, Alan Ritchson, great. He's big. He's got the build. He's got the physique. He's got the jawline. Sure. But the thing that I've always had an issue with Ritchson is his age. He's in his, I think he's in late 40s, almost 50s. Sure, I like Ritchson. I think Ritchson should come back and play Aquaman for his redemption from when he almost played Aquaman in the Smallville universe on CW. I've always thought that would be greater. He did play Aquaman in the Smallville universe. Did he not? I think he actually did. I think that would be great. But let me know your thoughts. I want to hear them. Throw them in the comments below. Let me know. Hit that like button. Hit subscribe. All that jazz and stuff and things. Yeah. All right, guys. With all that said, I'll catch you all later.